Hey Banana on Fire! Today I'm going to talk about law of attraction. I know this is a topic that seems always to inspire extreme reactions. People either swear by it or totally hate it and think law of attraction is complete bogus. And what I want to tell you is this. We live in a magical universe, and law of attraction to me is some kind of misinterpreted magic when we look at things through the eyes of our ego. I'll tell you what I mean. In fact, I'm going to debunk 3 myths about law of attraction. Are you ready? So myth 1, law of attraction says if you want something, just focus your intention, focus on it, and the thing will just happen by itself. Now, if you're like me, you probably have noticed that certain things you wanted in your life happened while others didn't. Law of attraction experts will tell you, no, you're doing it wrong. You should really focus your thoughts very intensely on the thing you want. That's how you're gonna make it happen. Well, yes, our thoughts do carry energy, but no matter how intently you focus your thoughts on these eggs, they are not going to hatch unless you're the hen herself. I think the only situation that this law actually works is when your desire for something is naturally inspired from deeply within you. In that case, your desire actually serves as some kind of signpost, let's say, for the direction of your life. It's actually telling you what the universe has in store for you. But to say that your desire causes the thing you want to happen, to me it seems like a classic case of confusing causation with correlation. Take me for example. When I was little, I always wanted to become a published writer. So I worked on it and I became one because being a writer was a part of me even before it happened in reality. It was part of my destiny. But if I just wish for something out of the convenience of it, say, I want to be as rich as Warren Buffett, it's not likely to happen no matter how intently I focus my thoughts on it because it's not part of my path. If you really want to live a happier life, I think it's way more effective if you focus on who you really are and living your life in accordance with your highest calling. In that way, the life you're meant to live is equal to the life you want, and everybody is happy then. Now, myth number 2, law of attraction says if you visualize, or in any other more sophisticated way, pretend that you're already living your ideal life, you will somehow just magically attract a better life to you. This is just another case of classic law of attraction delusion. Notice that sometimes, and especially when you're living in harmony with your highest destiny, your intuition can be very strong. You will get mental impressions or feeling sensations about things that are going to happen in the future that seem to just come to you out of nowhere. When I was getting out of graduate school and looking for a job, I remember sometimes I would get mental pictures of me walking down an office corridor wearing a shift dress and high heels, or boarding an airplane and go traveling somewhere for my job. I thought I was daydreaming, except the daydreaming felt really real. It turned out to be a pretty accurate premonition for the job I got only a couple months later. But having vivid intuition is one thing. Mistaking those intuition as the cause of whatever happens later is something totally different. Unless your visualization or feeling sensations just happen spontaneously on their own, I recommend you spend less time deliberately visualize your dream job. Instead, get off your butt and go look for one. Myth number 3, law of attraction says you should always have positive thoughts, because negative thoughts will attract negative things to you. Now, I don't know why people think their thoughts are all so great and powerful. To me, something so cheap that you can produce 1 million per hour in your head does not deserve such great status. Besides, as long as you're living in a world of duality full of black and white, right and wrong, it's pretty much impossible not to have negative thoughts. Because I don't know if you have noticed, your positive thoughts only exist in contrast to your negative thoughts. If you negate one, you negate the other too. Does that make sense? In fact, the only way to get rid of negative thoughts for good is to welcome everything that comes into your life with open arms. Treat them as blessings and see nothing as negative. And love, not fear your thoughts, no matter whether they are positive or negative. I guarantee you'll feel much better this way without having to spend all that energy working so hard on guarding yourself against whatever you don't want to attract. So in conclusion, instead of practicing visualization or positive thinking or any other kind of fancy tricks to manipulate the universe, focus on the love in you. Find your deepest truth and follow it with action. These are the only practices you need to make the law of magical universe work for you. Okay, that's all for this week's Banana on Fire. I love you and I wish you a life full of love and harmony. Mwah.